Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Shooter's Resource Channel. Today we're going to be shooting the M&P 2.0 in 10mm. It's a great pistol. It's a new one to my collection. I didn't have time to run out to the usual firing ranges that I go to. However, I do have a small range behind my house that's completely safe, and that's my house right there. You can see in the background. But shooting right into an embankment, so it meets all of YouTube and all safety policies for firearms. But we're going to check it out. I'm going to fire just a few shots through the gun. We'll see how it handles, see what the recoil is, and we'll talk shop back at the tabletop review. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you haven't already, go ahead and take a second, hit that like and subscribe button, support the channel. All right, let's look at the Smith and Wesson M&P 10mm. This is a pretty cool gun with a lot of features right out of the box, and it's just so exciting to be living in a time where pistols are coming with more and more features. I remember just a few years ago, I was a Glock fanatic, and there's nothing wrong with being a Glock fanatic and loving Glocks. There's a lot of great value, reliability, and performance in such a low-cost gun to the market. But this day and age, and this being a Glock Gen 5, which is their latest revision, it's hard to compare it to the firearms of this day and age because they're checking a lot of boxes that people have to go and buy aftermarket parts for on the Glocks. So to start with, it came from the factory with suppressor height sights. And why does it have suppressor height sights and not a threaded barrel? That's because those suppressor height sights are for a red dot. And what's awesome is Smith went ahead and included all the plates. Let's see, what did they include in the box? So they included several back straps, so 3 additional back straps, and then your mounting plates for optics. So I'm really excited about that. Other than that, you just get locks, box, and docks, and you're ready to go. Now let's talk a little bit about the back straps here. Again, this isn't the full review. I'll have a full review once I've shot the gun a little more. But what's really cool is it's got a large, medium large, and it comes with the medium back strap. I swapped that medium back strap out for the small back strap, and I've got pretty regular size hands. But that made the circumference of the grip very close to the Glock 19. So close that I measured it with the small grip. This is within 1/8 of an inch, the same grip circumference as the Glock 19. So it's really easy to get your hand around. What I really love about this gun is it's got very aggressive grip texturing. Now with the aggressive grips in combination with the superior ergonomics of this firearm, it made rapid double taps and shooting this 10mm super easy. I was shooting 180 grain jacketed hollow points at almost 1,200 feet per second, delivering about 550 foot-pounds of energy downrange. That's quite a bit more than your average 9mm or even 45 ACP. And you could see that on my very first shot when I exploded an apple at 10 yards. I chose to go with the 4-inch barrel because there's not going to be a lot of difference in velocity coming out of the 4-inch versus the 4.6-inch option that Smith and Wesson offers. I've also got the option to put a red dot on there to circumvent any type of sight radius issues that you might be concerned with. Accuracy with this gun was no problem. I found making hits at 25 yards super easy, as well as hitting those 2-inch apples at 10 yards a piece of cake. The length of pull, I think, with the small on there is going to be really good for most people. With the medium, I found that my hand felt a little too far off of the trigger and away from the mag release. That's why I make the decision. That's how I make the decision on which strap to use. On every other pistol I have, I just use either the no strap option or the medium strap option, and that tends to fit me fine. and that's typically how most guns come from the factory. This is the one because this is that 45 caliber 10mm frame. It's a much wider magazine. The grip has to be wider to compensate for that. So with the medium, it was just a little too far length of pull in getting to that mag release. That mag release is still a little, I cannot get to it without adjusting my hands, but it's a little shorter reach than what it was with the medium size grip. As I mentioned, it's got suppressor height sights. They are 3-dot sights. They work really well. They're going to get the job done. And what's the most cool about this gun is the trigger. The trigger is much improved from the regular M&P trigger. It's going to be one of the better striker fire triggers on the market, with only one exception. I would say they could have done a better job on that reset. So all in all, the Smith and Wesson M&P 2.0 10mm seems to be a really great offering. Oh, one other thing to mention, it does have extended slide locks, and they are ambidextrous. So they're very easy to get to. And a little stiff out of the box, but I think once you break them in, it'll be pretty good. So really nice to get that ambi slide release on there. The magazine's going to be interchangeable left and right. That's a pretty common feature these days, has been for a long time. And it's just an all-around great pistol. Reason why I bought this gun was because I've always wanted a 10mm. I really like the idea. I want a 1911 chambered in 10 mil, and I will eventually get that. However, I did want a double stack in 10 mil because I love the idea of having 15 rounds of a heavy-hitting 357 Magnum style cartridge, and being able to just do a rapid mag change and boom. So 10mm, it's a great cartridge. It's got a lot of capabilities. Definitely can be used to take whitetail size game. It's not only just for taking game, but it can be used to defeat intermediate barriers a lot better than 9mm. Typically, it's not hard to find loads that have twice the energy of 9mm, and still a lot more energy than 45. So a great cartridge, has some capabilities that other pistol cartridges don't have, and in this small platform, and it's another reason why I brought the 19 out. It's just about the same size as the 19, and it's in 10 mil. So slide size, I mean, it's very close. Height wise, the 19 is a little bit shorter, but not by much. Other than that, the guns are very similar in size. And so just to point out, the other reason why I really was attracted to this Smith and Wesson M&P 10mm is because it's not nearly as blocky as the Glock 45s or 10 mils. Those Glock, I love the Glock 9mm size guns. I have had a few 45s with the 9mm size slides, like the Glock 30S or the Glock 41. I've had both of those guns. I did like them. However, even the grip on those are pretty blocky still, even with the SF frames. But this Smith and Wesson, it's got a much more ergonomic grip. It feels really good in my hand. The slide and the size of the gun, it's not overwhelming like the Glocks. So the Smith and Wesson M&P 2.0 did it right. Very happy to have this gun. And again, this is my initial impression. So if you enjoy this video, be looking out for the full review of the Smith and Wesson M&P 2.0 10mm. Thank you all, and God bless.